Oh, I am so upset with myself right now. So what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So I had a different video planned to go up today, but I had a major issue. Went all the way up to the mountains to shoot this one specific video, got up there, and well, the video never recorded audio and I never ended up checking it. Oh, I'm so upset. So that video is being pushed till Thursday now, and I'm real bummer. So this video is going up. I was planning for this one to go up Thursday when I got a couple more parts in. But I wanted to update you guys on everything that we have right now for the STI. How close are we to tearing it down and starting to install all of this good stuff? So I did want to show you guys specifically all the parts that we have here, what I have on order, and what's left to order. So we only have 2 more parts that we have to order, and I'm ordering one of them today as you're watching this video. I may be ordering it right now, which is exciting, which is the header. So we are ordering the header today, right now maybe. Who knows? It actually probably is like 6 hours from when this video goes live. So we're gonna be ordering the Killer B equal length 4:1 equal length header for the STI. Now I have the BRZ in the garage because I was doing that overpipe and a couple other things on the BRZ just to start getting things rolling on that one, because we all like some BRZ goodness. In place of the banger video that was supposed to go live today, we are moving the schedule around and we are talking about some of the parts that we already have, because this is it's a lot of stuff. And I do want to show you guys just how long it took me to start generating all these parts. We've been planning this for about 2.5 months, 3 months, I believe. What month is it? Since January is when I've been starting to stockpile all of these, and it's April now, so 4 months. It's taken me 4 months to get all this stuff and we're still not done. So with that, let's start going over the stuff on the table. I want to show you guys what we have here and kind of the specifics of it all, because I left some of it a little vague when I was ordering some of this stuff. So let's start looking at it. God, it's like Christmas in April. There's so much good stuff. It's taken us 4 months to start getting all this stuff together, but I'm glad we are getting where we need to. Now, as you guys know, we are going to be running the Cobb Flex Fuel setup in the car. This is probably going to be one of the first ones that we install in the car. It's going to be, we'll end up doing our own separate install video for these ones, because there is some O2 sensor stuff, some wiring stuff you're going to have to set up when it comes to this ethanol setup. With the ethanol setup, you're also going to be needing that fuel pressure sensor. So we went with Cobb on that one too, just because these are pretty much plug and play together. So when it comes time, these will probably be the first ones that we do on the STI just to get it going, because I know some of you guys are considering ethanol and kind of how you need to install everything. So like I said, we already have the fuel pump and the injectors installed on the car. So this will just be the ethanol setup. Now, I also snagged some gaskets also, just because I know we're going to be needing them. Now, these are just the Grimspeed replacement gaskets, essentially. I think they're just rebranded Subaru gaskets. I'm not entirely sure. They might have 1 or 2 more plies than OEM. I don't know, but they've always worked good for me in the past, and those are always the ones that I've gone with. Now, for Tgv Deletes, ooh, because that's a good one. Look at those. Look at how beautiful that is. We are going to be using the IAG Tgv Deletes. I ended up just getting the stealth black, I think is what they call the color. I'm not sure. They sell these in black and gold. I just wanted the black ones just because I think they're a little sleeker. Now, the whole point of these is to get rid of the tumbler valves inside of there. So on the OE ones, you have tumbler valves inside each one of these chambers, and you can get some pretty violent and turbulent air when it goes through there. So these will be a big benefit to increase the amount of air that actually goes into the cylinder from the intake manifold and the turbo and all that good stuff. But with that, we also are going to need some other air components. So we got the gigantic turbo inlet. So this is Torque Solutions. This is a 3-inch turbo inlet, just because we are running a larger turbo. Now, when you do turn up boost, you are going to need a focus. You are going to need a different map sensor. So this is an Omni 4-bar map sensor. I was going to get a 3.5, but they don't sell 3.5 map sensors from what I could find. So we did end up getting this Omni 4-bar one. So it's really only needed if you're starting to turn up the boost a little bit more and starting to get into some more serious power. So easy, super easy replacement on that one. So this one wiring harness is essentially speed density. So this is a hybrid speed density setup that we're going to be running. So it's just relocating the IAT sensor, which is right there, up into the intercooler piping, and then you have just a plug and play for the MAF setup that's going to be going in the front of the car. So this is pretty much all speed density is, and you just require a tune for it. So super excited to get that on the car. That's going to make a world of difference, and it's going to allow us to run a fully atmospheric blow-off valve. So I decided to snag the HKS super sequential blow-off valve. This is their Stealth Black model. Like I said, if I can get all black everything, I would. Now here's the downside with this. I was gonna get the specific intercooler piping from ETS to be able to run this HKS blow-off valve. However, I couldn't get the piping because of all this stuff that's going on right now, all the pigeons that are flying around right now. So because of that, I had to order an adapter for this. We're gonna end up using the intercooler piping that I already have, but once everything starts to settle back down and all the businesses start to reopen, we will end up swapping the charge piping over to one where I can just use a C-clamp and just C-clamp that right onto the intercooler piping. But super excited. I know that one sounds good, and I really like the black on it. Looks actually really good, and there is like a small textured finish on there if the camera would focus on it, so it matches the intercooler piping pretty well. Now outside of the some of the air stuff, we have exhaust stuff. So for the up pipe, this is Grimspeed's 44mm external wastegate ceramic coated up pipe. So if I can get ceramic coated parts over some of the heat wrapped ones, I will definitely do so. Now, there are a couple other brands of up pipes out there, but I've ran Grimspeeds before. I know these last. The biggest kind of issue with these comes from this flex joint right here over time, but it seems pretty solid. I've never had any issues with that flex joint, but I know other people have in the past, so hopefully that won't give us any issues. Now, with that, I did get the 44mm wastegate. This is a tile to go with it, and like I said, all black everything, because literally everything over here is black. So I did get the 44mm tile external wastegate, which will bolt right up to our up pipe right there, and that thing will make some good chooching noises for us. I'm super excited to see what that sounds like once we start getting it on the dyno and we start like actually pushing it a lot. And then we also have the dump tube that goes with it, so that just kind of sits right on there. Boop. That'll just kind of sit right on there and point at the ground. So super excited to get the up pipe, the external wastegate stuff on. This stuff will probably be second or third in line after we get the fuel and the intake stuff done. We'll probably jump over to the exhaust portion, start knocking these out, which I'm really excited to hear what that external wastegate is actually going to sound like. And then just to keep upgrading some of the fueling stuff, we did get the IAG fuel rails. Now I have been contemplating getting rid of these and swapping over to the radium ones because they have fuel pulse dampeners in them. But essentially the fuel rails, if I can find it on the Tgv delete. So essentially on here you have your Tgv delete, and then you've got these like holes on the bottom of them. That's where your injector is gonna seat in. And then you're gonna have your fuel rails that bolt right up to the top of it with your injectors underneath of them. So that's gonna be a super, super good looking setup once we get this on the car. And we're gonna have so much fuel flow. We're gonna have so much fuel flowing through here, just spraying in. Oh God, we're gonna have so many pops and bangs. Now, some of you might remember this. So I mean, even with everything on the table, I still have a couple problems that I'm running into with the car. Now, when it comes to running ethanol, like I've said in a couple videos, and I should have thought about this a lot sooner, is that I need bigger injectors, at minimum like ID 1300s, to be able to use a much larger turbo than factory with ethanol. So with that, I don't have the money to buy ID 1300s for a while, especially with all that stuff. And I have this big announcement coming to the channel here soon, and it's just not in my budget to be able to buy bigger injectors right now. So with that being said, I think I might hold off on doing the FP Black, but still getting the stuff for it to do so later on, because that is the turbo that I'd like to run at a later point. But with that being said, maybe I grab like a smaller turbo, like a Cobb 20G or something like that, and still run everything else that we have over there on the table and still push for as much power as we can. But like I said in a couple of videos ago, I think it was the last video, I have a big announcement coming up in like 3 weeks, and I need to crack down on money a little bit more right now. So in order to do so, I think we might have to compromise and do a smaller turbo for the time being, just for reliability standpoint, efficiency, because I'm just not gonna get enough fuel on ID 1050s. So this is something that I've been contemplating back and forth, and if anyone has any suggestions on kind of a route to go with this, utilizing those 1050s, they're not the biggest injectors, keep that in mind. But if anyone does have any ideas utilizing those ID 1050s, please let me know, so I can start trying to figure this out a little bit more. So I'm gonna hold off on ordering the turbo for about a week or two until I can kind of figure this out, but I am ordering the headers tomorrow, like I said, because the headers on the car are going to get replaced, and we're still gonna run everything here on the table. Now that doesn't mean that we're not gonna shoot for more power later on, it just means that when I have a little more money, we can go ahead and shoot for more power later on at a later date. I still wanna push that OEM block as far as we can, but we're gonna shoot for as much power as feasible. We're just keep in mind, like all you guys, I got bills to pay, day. I got a job I gotta go to. I still gotta pay the mortgage and whatnot. So I'm working with what I got, and I'm trying to stick to my initial word of what I said of trying to shoot for 430 wheel horsepower. Now, maybe that is comparable on a smaller turbo utilizing ID 1050s. I've heard people say that they've been able to do it using 1050s, but I also don't want to max out the injector past like 80 to 90% because that's when you can start running into some reliability issues with the injector. So I'm kind of at a standstill here of what I need to do. Yeah, open to ideas though of trying to figure this out. So regardless of the matter, maybe I hold off on doing that stuff and we can start installing this stuff sooner to get all of this install stuff going, because that's a lot of stuff over there with more on the way. So regardless, we'll figure it out. I need to sit down, try to map it out, budget this a little bit, and see what I can do here. But like I said, I need to crack down on money a little bit in the amount that I'm spending on parts. Because, I mean, we have a lot of installs coming to the channel soon with all of this stuff. I have stuff for the BRZ coming as well. But installs on the channel might start to get a little less for just a little bit. So, I mean, we'll see how that goes. But anyways, I did want to make this video just to show you guys everything going on, what we've ordered, what is going to go on the car, and kind of the update of where I stand on the turbo aspect of things. I always want to be as transparent with everyone as I can be. I'm not going to sit here and try to hide things if something comes up like this. So just keep in mind, like everyone else, I have other priorities that I need to try to manage as well. So we're gonna 100% send it with everything we have here on the table. We're still gonna get a turbo. I don't think it's going to be the FP black or the FP green right now. I think that's gonna have to wait until a later date. So we might end up just getting a slightly larger turbo than OEM. That's a little more affordable. So we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out, everyone. But as always, I did want to just keep you guys up to date, keep you in the loop, and with everything going on. Plus, keep an eye out for Thursday's video, because oh god, it is a banger. I just have no audio on the content, so I need to go reshoot some of that stuff today, actually, as you're watching this. I'm probably going to shoot this stuff right now as you're watching this. So with that, I mean, if you guys like the video, if you guys like all the parts on the table and are excited for that install, go ahead, hit that like button, and if you're not already subscribed to the channel, which you should be, you really should be, because you don't want to miss out on putting a blow-off valve on the car, maybe an external wastegate setup, maybe some even Tgv deletes, who knows. Just make sure you're subscribed to the channel. You can do it in one of these corners. Don't know which one I'm going to put it in quite yet, but it is going to be in one of them. And with that, I will catch you guys on Thursday in the hottest video I have ever made, and I'm so stoked for it. And with that, I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace out, homies. Woo!